Welcome to Pro Tools Expert. My name's Dan Cooper and this is the Maag Audio Magnum-K. I'm calling it a dynamics processor. Now it's a single channel, 1U unit, and it features quite a lot. We've got an opto compressor, we've got a fixed bands compressor in the middle there for harshness, and we've got a parallel EQ section, low, and the famous Maag air bands. All very nice, followed up by a soft limiter as well. Now, I want to talk about some of the negatives first, get them out of the way, and then we can talk about some of the positives. First being the power switch on the back. Why is it on the back? I wish it was on the front. It makes using these types of devices that don't have the power on the front a little bit cumbersome to use because you have to climb around the back of the rack to turn them on. And second, we've got metering on here. It's these little LED lights, but I don't know. I kind of wish for this price point, which is about 2,300 quid, that there was better metering in it. So that leads me to believe that this probably would have been better value for money if it was a 2U unit, because Maag have managed to fit a lot in this 1U unit, but have missed a few things from the actual sort of design in the process. So that's how I feel about it. You might feel differently, who knows. Now, starting at the left, we've got this input attenuator. Now, this is pretty good if you're getting a signal that's coming in a little bit too hot. You can back it off ever so slightly, and then you can use the input gain to then drive that lower signal into your compressor component. Got compressor range in dB, that's rather unique. Ratio, thresholds, sidechain, which is very useful for mastering. Attack, release, and FB and FF. FB is feedback and FF feed forward. Two different types of compressor behavior there. Demo that in a little bit. Now, next to this, we've got the K compressor fixed at 3K, which helps to attenuate harshness. So think sibilants and cymbals, vocals, they're the sort of typical things you're going to get that harshness from. Simple in and out switch as well. Then we move on to the EQ section. Now, this doesn't run from compressor to EQ. This is, as the little label above there suggests, this is a parallel EQ. Each band has in and out switch. Got a Q setting here, W, T, different low end bands for each. Obviously you can increase the gain, and the famous air band, 10K all the way up to 40K with gain band as well. And a makeup gain, which makes up for any attenuation from the compressor stage on the left here. If we move across to the right, we've also got an output soft limiter, which is quite nice. Now you see this link button here. If you had two of these units, you could use it for stereo applications such as two-bus mixing, mastering, whatever you want to call it. And the link for that is on the back of the unit. And last but no means least, we've got the engage button in and out bypass. Okay, let's throw some audio at this, and I'm going to keep it really simple. I'm just going to use a snare drum track. Let's get that input attenuator set correct. Let me drive the gain a little bit. Let's keep it on 4 dB. The range. Introduce the threshold. Here that's starting to take effect. You can see the little meter there. Going to keep the side chain off for the minute. Speed up the attack. Slow the release ever so slightly. Right, FB, FF. And here, two very different attitudes of compressor there. Almost dries it up. Could put it back here, I quite like that. Right, I'm going to ignore the Magnum-K section here. Now the colour of the snare sounds a little bit better, so let's introduce the lower bands. Already got some gain going on there. It's nice there. Let's introduce some air. In. Right, before and after. Sounds nice. Let's put the Magnum-K in. Twist it in. Remember, this is fixed at 3K. And the soft limiter, why not? Off. And the feed forward. Sounds absolutely brilliant, sounds really nice on this. So what's my final thoughts on the Magnum-K by Maag Audio? Well, it does sound very nice, and just from that snare example. I mean, I have tried this on vocals, it sounds very sweet there, Maag stuff always does. But I can't get away from thinking that this is a little bit of a one-trick pony. Hear me out. I would love to be using this in my mastering chain. We can put another one of these units in with this, and I think it would perform beautifully. But that takes the price up from £2,300 to £4,600, and for that, that's a lot of money. I think this unit, take the link off, would be much better value for money if it was multi-mono, or you want to call it stereo. That way it would be a better sort of tool over a broader variety of applications, so not just vocals, bass guitar, snare drums, kick drums, whatever. You could use it for pretty much anything all of the time, making a £2,500 investment worthwhile, great value for money. Anyway, hope you guys got something from that. For more information on the Magnum-K by Maag Audio, visit the Maag website. I'm Dan from Pro Tools Expert, and I'll see you again soon.